drink. Drink out on parties, campons, such person.
I don't drink.
Okay,
That's first that I do not drink. I'm the last person you find at a party.
Oh, really? Must be a strong man.
Really? Yeah, so...
Hello folks, welcome to the Tuesday Talk with me, Zach TRP. Yeah, you know the deal, right? And today I have an interesting guest, Miss Musenga Katongo. A lot of people know him as Messenger, the entrepreneur, writer, poet as well. Musenga, how are you, man?
I'm good, how are you doing?
No, you've got a lot of names, so it's crazy to introduce you, right?
No, that's true. It's always good. It's always good to wear a couple of hats every now and then. So, yeah.
But okay, what's the best description of Musenga? Just aside from what people know you.
Best description.
Yeah.
I think I'm just a creative. I like to engage in different things. I love to do writing, poetry, events management, different things. So I guess I could just be described as a creative if I wanted to narrow it down.
Okay. I think I'm one of those people who knew you through poetry, aside from other things you do. And the habit you created that color culture.
Yes.
Yeah. Fond of color culture. How did you get to find color? Did you have to wake up and write them? Just things. How was it, man?
So, color culture was founded in 2019.
Oh, okay.
So pretty much it was it's an interesting organization. Basically, it's an organization that tells creative African stories through the arts. We also love to engage in different conversations around Zambian history and culture using the arts. So now, how it came about is pretty much from, a few of the frustrations I felt as a poet at that time, and also the desire to also just tell the stories which I was discovering in Zambian history. It's that type of thing where you are reading about different things in our history and our culture, and then you're like, why isn't this talked about? Why isn't something being done with this kind of information? And so I know there are different artists and culture experts out there who are doing the most with this kind of info, but then I wanted to contribute to that. So through Color Culture, I've pretty much just created this platform which allows creatives to share their work, to interact with each other, to be on stage and perform their works, but also get to tell the stories of Zambia.
Yeah, sure. I'm pretty sure when you started, you were alone in some particular point. But do you have to engage your friends before you go to Color Culture?
Of course, the process of starting Color Culture came about with a lot of
people.
I wouldn't say a lot of people, consulting different people, speaking to different people, and I think one of the most pivotal individuals is Stephen Wale.
Oh yeah, Stephen Wale. Quite
Exactly. So he was actually my mentor. And
oh wow!
He really did have a really big influence on me as far as even starting the organization is concerned, because I remember when just engaging with him on the first time, I was an artist. I was just thinking of myself as an artist, as just a poet who's trying to do certain things. But then he really just said, why not be someone who is being an influencer of this particular art form, So I don't know if I'm there yet. It's up to people to judge, but I would love to say that I've done what I can and I've contributed what I can to the poetry community, especially focusing on poetry. So it started out with people like him, friends of mine who I shared the idea with and who've been there for the entire journey.
Oh wow! Running such an organization, it requires a lot of people, resources, ICT, I'm pretty sure you don't work alone as of now.
Of course.
Yeah, so what challenge did you get to face on your personal side and towards Color Culture when you get to involve a lot of people? Do you have any challenges and how do you get overcome?
Well, of course there are challenges that come with running this type of thing, But the funniest thing is I haven't really had a challenge around people,
Okay, so everyone is just okay with it.
I think it's actually a beautiful experience that so many people have bought into the idea or the vision of Color Culture, that they're willing to avail themselves to the activities we do, and it's something I'm incredibly grateful for, because there's only so much that you can do alone, and to know that there are individuals and there are people out there who are willing to help, who are willing to contribute and play their part is brilliant, And also just as far as challenges are concerned, there are always challenges, things to do with when you have a particular event and you're really trying to get people to know about it, learning from each event in terms of how I should organize them, because I remember my second event, Afronauts, which I held in 2019.
Afronauts on you at this show? Yeah,
exactly. That particular show was very interesting because I was still learning how to manage events.
Oh, okay.
So the actual event did not go so well because I pretty much did everything. Then I would want to say I did so much alone. I didn't delegate. I didn't ask people to help. I assumed everyone knew what they're supposed to do instead of me communicating. So that event was a combination of me thinking I can do a lot of things alone.
Yeah, you spoke of also events, like you get usually like events from time to time. And one of like the biggest events that I've attended so far, like I've attended your events, you know that, right?
Of course.
Three Queens. What happened? What's up with Three Queens? You know, why not four? You know,
So Three Queens is a play on the Christmas Carol.
Oh, Three Kings.
Yes. So I'm sure you know that Christmas Carol. We Three Kings of Warriors. So instead of Three Queens, Three Kings, I was like Three Queens. So that's why there are three. So not necessarily because of any other reason, just play on the idea. And the whole concept of the event was inspired by the work of the Women's History Museum.
Oh yeah, very. That's
Oh yes, so the Women's History Museum happens to be telling stories of Zambian women in our history.
Okay.
They've done phenomenal things. They're not really well known as they should be.
Okay.
So I'm really glad that the Women's Museum.
I've heard of a woman now. Is it Ms. Kapwepo or something?
Yeah,
Musenga Kapwepo. Yeah.
She's actually one of the co-founders.
Okay.
Yes, alongside Sambayonga.
Oh yeah.
So when I came across their podcast, they had just released season 1, and I watched it on YouTube and everything, and I was intrigued. I was I wanna tell these stories as well through the arts. So I reached out to them so that we could have an event, and they were obliged, and we held the event in 2020. Yes, that was right before COVID hit in March. So March 2020 was our first Three Queens, and then we held it again last year at Alliance Francais, and then this year we held it again at the Leadership Conference Center. Wow,
so you are caught up with a lot of things, man. But aside from whatever you do, the poetry, the writing, the business you do, what else do you do? On your free time, do you get to play the guitar? Do you drink? Do you get out on parties, capons, such places?
I don't drink.
Oh, yeah?
That's first that I do not drink. I'm the last person you find at a party.
Oh, really? Must be a strong man.
Really? Yeah, so I'm the type of person who will probably spend his free time maybe with one or two friends if I get the opportunity. If I'm not, maybe
I'm pretty sure I'm not bad this part.
So if not that, probably I'm just keeping myself busy with a series, maybe on YouTube, maybe I'm on social media or something like that. Maybe I'm reading a book or something. But basically, I wouldn't say I'm the type. I'm more of a person who likes to stay indoors. If I get any chance to stay indoors, I will. And I would only go outdoors when I really feel like I want to. Maybe there's an event taking place with myself. Piques my interest. Could be an art exhibition, could be a poetry show, anything. And then I head over there, but that's what I would do in my free time. Otherwise, apart from that, I also engage in different things. Social media management, copywriting.
Hey, even let me just catch you short. Even at Color Culture, do you get to sign people? Do you get to get them to become part of your?
So we once signed poets in 2020.
Oh yeah.
So we had signed some poets and some visual artists, but then because of COVID, a lot of the plans and arrangements we had with them didn't go as planned. And then we discovered that the best approach we could use is a community route. So people who say that they want to be part of color culture, pretty much we introduce them to the community. And the community is where we tap and have a pool of poets who we reach out to so that we can engage them in different activities that color culture is doing. So majority of the poets who you may see on stage either came through the community, and I'm sure you're actually one of them. So that's pretty much what it means to be part of color culture. We don't sign people. We don't have contractual obligations. We mainly just engage people as events, as projects, as things arise. We then reach out and say, hey, we got this, come on board.
Yeah. I don't know if it's right to say you are part of Unza, or maybe you left Unza, or maybe you're now a graduate, or you're about to graduate. Tell me the experience you had at the University of Zambia. What were you doing there? Like you had spent maybe 5 or 4 years, right?
Yes, 4 years. So yeah, I graduated from Unza. So at the time of this recording, I'm supposed to have my ceremony.
Wow.
Next week.
Oh, yeah. Congratulations, man.
Thank you so much. So I was studying business administration in 4 years. Thank God for that. And at Unza, well, my experience was interesting in that I guess I had my fair share of experiences with regards to where I would stay. Like I remember first year I was in a boarding house, second I got the full package. Second year I was a day scholar, and then I also moved on to campus for second, third and fourth year. And then third and fourth year we also had the e-learning thing, so we're also coming from home. So I guess I met a lot of
fluctuations.
Exactly. So through all these different experiences, I got to meet different people in the boarding house. When I was a day scholar, I got to have that aspect of, you stay in school and you have to get out eventually.
Yeah. So okay.
So it was really good.
There's this time where I remember I had a conversation with you. I was saying I was looking at a girl who was watching a poem, and suddenly it was you and she was watching. So like, okay. And she asked me, who is this guy? Where can I find this guy? So like, I don't know this person as well, but meanwhile I was just like pretending in the light. So she was telling me that this guy inspires me, this guy puts me there, he gets like to introduce me to poetry before I even have a stage. So then you said you are a young role model to some people as well. So how do you feel about that? Or maybe have you get to approach people to tell you what they really think about you?
Well, I guess I've had my fair share of experiences with regards to people sharing how they feel about me. They've commented on different things on my social media posts. They've inboxed me on social media. They've approached me in person, and well, it's just a good feeling to know that what I do is impacting and reaching people, and that it's relevant to them. So it really just to an extent validates. It shows that what I'm doing is important and that it's actually helping someone out there. So I guess as far as feelings are concerned, it does make me feel good. It means what I'm doing makes sense.
Yeah, a lot. So in conclusion, man, what would you advise someone who gets to start up like from scratch, man? They want to have the community we have, that color culture. What would you get them to tell like, okay, you need to do this and this and this and this? I'm pretty sure that people want to be like you. And this is a fact, man. That a lot of people want to be like others, but they still want to have a certain scratch where they can write their flame out. What would be your best advice, man, to
start with what you have and where you're at, because everything that color culture is today and everything that I am today is not from necessarily me being so different, but rather just starting with what was in my hands. Leveraging the relationships I've had, leveraging the networks, the people who have helped me and people who I'm helping, so that we can basically create greatness. So I would say start with what you have. Don't always look at things which are outside of it and say that no, for me to create ABCD, I need to first acquire that and that. Rather, look around yourself, not what's outside of yourself. Look around and just say, I have this, I have that. What can I do to make something out of it?
Yeah,
that's my advice.
Yeah, thank you, man, for coming. Choose the talk. Looking forward to see you on a number of projects as well.
No problem.
So there you have it, viewers. Right?